This Premature Foal was the world's tiniest horse, and he measured just 12 inches at birth. Micro Dave was born a fortnight before his due date, so it wasn't surprising that he was smaller than other fowls of his kind. However, when his owner measured him, he realized the pint-sized pony was about 12 inches tall. Indeed, his tiny stature meant that, at the time, he was probably the smallest horse on the planet.
Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
In the world of miniature horses, stature is everything. However, these micro-penguins aren't competing to be the largest of their kind. Instead, when it comes to this adorable species, small is mighty. Miniature horses are purposely bred to be smaller than the previous generation, so there is a competitive edge to keeping pint-sized ponies. As a result, there is great honor to be had in being the very smallest horse of all. In 2010, a stallion called Einstein laid claim to the title of smallest horse in the world. At 3 days old, the equine weighed just 6 pounds and measured a tiny 14 inches tall. Even then, his owners at Tiz Miniature House Farm in Barstead, New Hampshire, knew he was going to be one of the most compact of its kind. Prior to Einstein's birth, the Daily Mail newspaper reported record books had put the weight of the smallest ever newborn horse at 9 pounds. This meant that Einstein beat that figure by a whole 3 pounds. And unlike the previous record holder, Thumbelina, Einstein's co-owned Dr. Rachel Wagner said her minuscule mule didn't have dwarfism. However, in 2015, a shrunken stallion came along to challenge even Einstein's record. His name was Micro Dave, and he was a pint-sized American miniature stallion. He was born in Kent, England, to his owner, Jen Baldwin Murphy. Baldwin Murphy had entered the world of miniature horses after her husband Dave gifted his wife with Micro Dave's mother in 2014. However, he had been training and showing full-sized equines for dressage for almost a quarter of a century. Explaining her special bond with her little horses, in 2015, Baldwin Murphy told Horse and Hound magazine, "I've only kept miniatures for 2 years. They're my relaxation from the big guys." However, while the equestrian had garnered some experience with adult miniatures, Micro Dave was her first fall, and happily, he didn't disappoint. During an appearance on TV show Good Morning Britain in 2015, Baldwin Murphy revealed, he was born 2 weeks early, so he was very, very small. He was under 14 inches at birth, and he's been an absolutely precocious bundle of trouble ever since. At 12 days old, Micro Dave measured 18 inches in height. This was 2 inches smaller than Einstein, who still held the world record for adult stature. However, compared to normal-sized foals of the same breed, Micro Dave was roughly half the size. Therefore, he proved a popular addition to Baldwin Murphy's property. In an interview obtained by the Daily Mail, Baldwin Murphy said, "I still can't believe how small he is. He's been so popular with our visitors. It's been almost non-stop. I have to check people haven't put him in their pocket." However, according to his owner, what Micro Dave lacked in stature, he made up for in personality. "He's the first fowl I've ever owned, but I've seen lots, never anything like him," Baldwin Murphy explained. "He may be small, but he makes up for it by being bold. And as he gets older, he gets cheekier. It's impossible to keep him from dashing between fields. I need to put some lower fencing in to keep track of him. We love him, but he drives me and his mom frantic." Micro Dave's favorite form of mischief was ducking under the barriers in his yard to escape into a different enclosure. He gallops in and out of the field under the fence, Baldwin Murphy explained, noting that the pint-sized pony's mischief antics drove his mom wild. So, in order to keep Micro Dave safe, Baldwin Murphy had little choice but to modify the fences on her land. She also converted a barn into tiny stables, with doors close enough to the floor to suit the needs of her smallest of animals while still being capable of preventing a small-scale breakout. Baldwin Murphy had originally planned to sell Micro Dave. However, the fowl's distinctive blue eyes convinced her to keep him. "I do plan to show him," she revealed to Horse and Hound magazine in 2015. "The interest in him already has been incredible." Sadly, Micro Dave wasn't expected to stay at knee height forever. According to Baldwin Murphy, he would eventually grow to be around 60 inches tall. As a result, Einstein was expected to retain the title of smallest horse in the world, for the time being anyway. However, that hasn't put Baldwin Murphy off miniature horses at all. In fact, in 2017, the equestrian welcomed a little sister for Micro Dave to her collection. The little filly's name was Microboo, and she was a similar size to her diminutive sibling, measuring just 15 inches tall at 6 days old. Microboo was so minute that her mom didn't even start looking like she was expecting a baby until the 10th month of her pregnancy. As a result, Microboo's birth came as a very welcome surprise to Baldwin Murphy. "She's beautiful. She's absolutely stunning," the horse lover gushed to the Daily Mail. Microboo is set to follow in Micro Dave's footsteps and become a show horse. The small stallion had already made a big impact in the ring, winning himself a bunch of rosettes. So his story really does go to show that sometimes the best things arrive in the smallest of packages.
Thanks for watching another heartwarming video. Please check out our channel for more stories that will make your heart melt.